Everybody wants better, brighter headlights, but what about driving in reverse? In this video, we're going to talk about the world's best and brightest LED reverse light bulbs, and they were just given a major upgrade. We're going to talk about the one product you didn't know you needed, the XTR LP, which is an LED reverse light bar that mounts to your license plate. And we're going to talk about how to upgrade your cargo lights. The GTR Lighting high output LED reverse light bulbs are one of the best products that you can buy to upgrade your driving experience. These LED reverse light bulbs are the single easiest and most powerful thing you can do to increase brightness when driving in reverse. The XTR LP is a simple install that anybody can do in their driveway at home with simple hand tools if you have a basic understanding of custom wiring. One of the most overlooked upgrades you can do for the back of your truck are LED cargo light bulbs. The cargo light is up on your roof on either side of your third brake light. They're those white light bulbs that turn on so you can see the bed of your truck. Well, if you upgrade them to LED, you can also use them to see better when you're hooking up to a trailer or backing up. Even if you're just loading something in your bed, these make a huge improvement over your original light bulbs. Now, these are really easy to use because they're totally plug and play. You remove the original incandescent bulbs from your cargo lights and pop these things in place. Now let's send it to John to walk you through each install.
We're going to start with the Xenon Depot cargo lights and then work our way down. Let's get to it. The first step in this is to remove these two Phillips head screws, and then the cover will pop right off. Now we're going to pop this housing off. Once you have the housing removed, it's as simple as twisting counterclockwise to take the socket out. Take the bulb out, grab your replacement bulb, put it back in the socket, and then put the socket back in the housing by rotating clockwise. Now, one tip here is these bulbs are polarity specific. So if you go and turn the lights on and the bulb doesn't turn on, simple way to fix that is take the bulb out, rotate it 180 degrees, plug it back in, and then it'll light right up. Now, just looking right at the bulbs here, you can see just how much of a difference it truly is. These Xenon Depot bulbs blow the incandescent bulbs right out of the water. This is really a great upgrade for your truck. Now let's do the other one. Twist it counterclockwise, pops right out. Take the bulb out, set it to the side, plug in the T15 Xenon Depot LED bulb, and then twist it clockwise back into the housing. Once the bulb is in the housing, go ahead and push it back onto the truck. Now, before you finish installing this cargo light, we highly recommend that you turn on your cargo lights to ensure that they are working properly. This is because these LED bulbs are polarity specific, and if they're plugged in backwards, they will not turn on. If that happens to you, simply unplug the bulb, rotate it 180 degrees, and plug it back in, and it will turn right on. Now, the last thing we need to do is install these Phillips screws back in. So now that we have the Xenon Depot cargo lights installed, let's talk about this bad boy. This is the Xenon Depot license plate reverse bar that bolts right up to your license plate, and then it wires in to the reverse lights. So now, before we install this license plate reverse bar, let's talk about dielectric grease. Do you know what dielectric grease is? Dielectric grease helps promote a good connection, and it also helps keep out dirt, moisture, mud from that connection in order for everything to work properly. So this is the connection that needs the dielectric grease applied to it. To use it, simply pull the connector out, leave a little bit of space like that, and then you're going to apply it all the way around this connector here. Once that's done, plug the connector back in, wipe it down, and you're good to go. So now that we've installed the dielectric grease, let's get it installed. Now, these two bolts take a 3/8 inch socket. Now go ahead and take both the bolts, set them to the side, set the license plate to the side. So now we're going to route the wiring. There's two ways you can go about this. You can drill a hole somewhere behind the license plate, or what we're going to do is we're going to utilize this hole right here that's already there. Simply route the wiring through, reach up underneath until you find it, and pull it on out. You're going to want to leave yourself a little bit of slack here, and then take the excess wiring. You're going to go ahead and bring the wiring up over all of this stuff here. You don't want this dangling down, getting caught on the exhaust or something, and end up burning it. So make sure you're routing this very well, and also make sure and double back and zip tie anything that you can. So there's this access hole right here, and this is the hole that we're going to use to route the wiring up to the tail light. So now let's go ahead and mount this license plate and light bar back to the truck. You're going to want to route this wire behind the license plate here so that way it's not visible. Get the holes lined up. And now onto the wiring. So now we need to remove the taillight and access the wiring that we just routed underneath the truck. Now both of these screws are a T25 Torx bit. Now to remove the taillight, it's quite simple. Grab it here and just pull right towards you. So now we're going to disconnect the taillight wiring and set the taillight to the side. There's this red tab right here, so go ahead and push that in. Depress this tab and pull it out. So once the taillight is removed, go ahead and fish out the slack of the wiring here. So now we're going to cut off the extra wire. It's going to leave about a foot or so from the taillight assembly, and then strip it. So on the back of the taillight here, this is your reverse light, the one with the purple and black wire here. The purple wire is going to be your power wire, and then the black wire is going to be your ground wire. So let's go ahead and strip these wires open. So now that we have the wires stripped, let's go ahead and connect everything up. This black wire will be your ground wire, which will connect to the black wire on this license plate bar. This purple wire will be your power wire, which will connect to this red wire right here. Quite simple. Loop it around a couple times. So now we're going to solder this up. With it soldered, we're going to tape it up so that way we have a nice, clean, factory looking connection. So now that we have the license plate reverse bar all wired up, this is the perfect time to install the new GTR Lighting 1000 lumen reverse bulbs. Now if you're familiar with the previous version, this looks nothing like it anymore. They've been optically designed for more light output, and the heatsink has also been redesigned for more efficient cooling. First, we're going to slide the weather-tight grommet over the GTR lighting bulb. Next, we're going to grab the Morimoto dielectric grease and be sure to run that all the way around this oval connector here. Once that is done, go ahead and plug that connection in and then screw the connection together. Now we're going to remove the factory incandescent reverse bulb and install this into the taillight. Installation of this bulb is extremely easy. Twist this bulb counterclockwise, pull the bulb out, plug in the new GTR Lighting 1000 lumen bulb, and then the bulb will go in just like this. Now it's time to reinstall the taillight. Installation is the exact opposite of removal. Extremely easy to do. Let's get to it. Go ahead and reconnect the connector, and remember to lock the tab, and then go ahead and install the taillight. And then screw in these two remaining bolts here, and then you're done. Now go ahead and do the exact same on the other side. Now that you have the reverse lights installed, check out our other videos on the 09 to 18 Ram. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you again for watching.